In a shocking turn of events that has left the WWE Universe buzzing, Jacob Fatu, the feared Samoan werewolf, made his jaw-dropping debut on SmackDown with an impact no one saw coming. After weeks of dominance by Seth Rollins and his brutal faction, Roman Reigns returned to confront his betrayers, only to be outnumbered and viciously ambushed. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, Fatu stormed into the arena, unleashing chaos and dismantling Rollins' crew with savage precision. In a moment that will echo through WWE history, Fatu extended his hand to Reigns and publicly acknowledged him as his tribal chief. The bloodline has been reborn, the battlefield has shifted, and a new war has begun. June 13th, 2025. SmackDown Live from Chicago. The air thick with anticipation. The Allstate Arena buzzed with an electricity that seemed almost palpable, a charged hum swirling through the Chicago crowd like a storm on the horizon. The fans were still reeling from the chaos of WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns, the seemingly invincible tribal chief, had lost everything. Betrayed in the cruelest fashion by Paul Heyman, pinned decisively by Seth Rollins, Reigns was left broken, cast aside, and silent. Gone from the spotlight, vanished from the bloodline, Roman was a ghost haunting WWE's corridors. Until tonight. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins, capitalizing on Roman's absence, not only claimed the Universal Championship, but forged a faction so dominant, it seemed unbreakable. Rollins, whispered to by Heyman like a dark prophet, recruited two of WWE's most physically imposing beasts, Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. The darkness descends. Roman Reigns emerges. Then the lights cut out. Darkness swallowed the arena whole. The screen turned pitch black. A single deep, rhythmic drumbeat pulsed through the silence like a heartbeat, slow, heavy, primal. The crowd's roar turned into a collective gasp, anticipation tightening in their chests. From the shadows emerged a silhouette. Roman Reigns. No fireworks, no elaborate pyrotechnics. Just the tribal chief, walking out with a cold, purposeful stride, eyes blazing with unyielding determination, his presence commanding the entire arena like a dark king reclaiming his throne. The tension was electric as Reigns took the mic. His voice, deep and thunderous, cut through the noise. "You thought I'd stay down?" The crowd exploded in cheers and chants. "You thought you could take everything I built and hand it over to him?" He pointed directly at Heyman, his tone razor-sharp. The onslaught, numbers game, and the arrival of the Samoan werewolf. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed lunged at Reigns, their attack a brutal storm. Reigns fought valiantly, but the odds were overwhelming, 3 against 1. Breaker drove a devastating spear, the arena shaking as Roman crashed down. Reed followed with a monstrous moonsault splash, flattening him near the barricade. Seth Rollins sneered, taunting the battered champion, while Heyman clapped smugly at ringside, relishing the assault. But just as it seemed Reigns would be crushed, the atmosphere shifted. Heavy tribal drums shattered the tension. A haunting war cry echoed through the speakers. The crowd was confused, then electrified as Jacob Fatu burst through the curtain. A force of nature wrapped in black and red, eyes wild, a menacing grin splitting his face. The Samoan werewolf tore into the ring like a freight train. He met Braun Breaker head-on with a superkick so thunderous it echoed off the rafters. A new era of war begins. What just transpired is more than a storyline. It's a seismic upheaval. Jacob Fatu, once speculated to be Solo Sikoa's secret weapon in a faction war, has instead chosen allegiance with Roman Reigns. This is no ordinary alliance. FATU is no pawn or hired gun. He's a wild force, a destroyer with a legacy all his own. The bloodline's fracture deepens as Solo Sikoa's tenuous hold on leadership weakens. Rollins's reign of dominance is suddenly under threat. This battle is no longer just about gold, it's personal. Rollins betrayed Roman. Heyman betrayed Roman. And now, the man they cast aside is back, fueled by vengeance and flanked by a monster. FATU's blend of savage agility and raw power makes him one of WWE's most dangerous wildcards, and his alliance with Roman sends a clear message. The tribal chief isn't here to reclaim a title alone. He's here to burn the entire empire to the ground. The future? SummerSlam, Showdown, or Bloodline Civil War? What happens next is anyone's guess, but the stakes have never been higher. Will this alliance lead to a colossal showdown at SummerSlam? Roman and FATU versus Rollins, Breakker, and Reed? Or will it ignite a brutal civil war within the bloodline itself, pitting Roman and FATU against Solo Sikoa's splinter faction? Paul Heyman, once the mastermind behind Roman's historic run, now finds himself on the opposite side of a war he helped ignite. He knows better than anyone how dangerous Roman Reigns becomes when he's been betrayed. Roman grabs the mic once more, his voice a booming warning. I'm back. I won't be dethroned twice. Never again. This empire is mine, and anyone who trespasses will burn. The tension is palpable, thick enough to slice through the air. Just then, Rollins, Breakker, and Reed charge the ring once again, launching a vicious attack. The Samoan werewolf's final roar. Then, the lights cut once again. Jacob Fatu's theme hits, tribal drums pounding like war calls. The arena flashes with strobe lights as the Samoan werewolf storms back to the ring with the fury of a force unleashed. Breakker charges him, but Fatu counters with a devastating superkick. Reed rushes in, only to be flattened by a picture-perfect moonsault splash that leaves the arena roaring in awe. Fatu offers his hand to Roman again. This time, the alliance is undeniable. The future of WWE just shifted, and we are all witnesses. The aftermath. The war has begun. This moment redefines the faction wars on SmackDown. The bloodline rises anew, reborn from betrayal, vengeance, and newfound loyalty. Solo Sikoa's shaky grip falters. Roman Reigns gains back his strength, momentum, and the fiercest ally he could ask for. Jacob Fatu isn't just a hired gun. He's a brother in arms, pledging his blood and fury to the tribal chief. Rollins' faction, once untouchable, now trembles on the brink of collapse. This war is personal, brutal, and only beginning. Keep watching. The tribal war is just getting started.